we saw a component that could be generic. It was a simple editable table component with some detail panes and such. And that sounded like a good idea. Experienced developers, full confidence. I was a bit skeptical when I heard the word generic being used, but maybe this is a good thing. But first iteration, it took a bit of time because I experienced some problems to try to separate things and doing things right.
Didn't really understand the complexity of what they were doing?
No, but two teams working together, or one person from each team, so I felt confident that they will solve the different use cases. But the second iteration, the problems with this generic component, we're going to reuse this in different areas in our application, and also other teams. And then where the problems were introduced, what we found out, it was very tight coupling between the model and its components. And this breaks the open-close principle. Open for extension and closed for modification. Because you had to do the changes in the components to come over the problems with the tight coupling.
So the generic thinking had been too speculative, and they really hadn't been able, even though they had almost overextended their brains trying to make it generic component, they had not been able to think of the real problem. And I think that probably some of you have encountered that as well. You've made a generic component and try to roll it out to other groups, and it sort of explodes. Nobody likes it. It's more complicated than just solving the problem. It is